Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable the examiners of the seminar proposal. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Maharani Salsabila. My student number is A1B218074. Okay, in this occasion, I would like to say thank you for the opportunities that has been given to me to present my research proposal with the title The Experiences of English Department Students During the Campus Teaching Program at Elementary School with Phenomenology Approach. Okay, now let me start from the chapter 1 introduction. First is the background of the study. As we know, education is an important part of human life. Education is a right and an obligation that must be carried out for every human being, which in obtaining the access of the education must be equitable. But in the reality, we can see now education in Indonesia, there are still several obstacles that related to the quality of education, including the limited access to education, the unequal number of teachers, and the teachers themselves are considered to be insufficient. Indonesia has so many remote areas where there are not enough available. There are still many schools in remote areas that lack teachers to teach. Teachers are not equally distributed to all parts in Indonesia. Lots of schools in remote areas have very few teachers rather than school in urban area. So, to overcome the obstacles that exist in Indonesia today, the Minister of Education and Culture, Nadiem Makarim, or commonly known as Mas Menteri, has issued education policies in Indonesia. One of them is Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka, or MBKM. According to Merdeka Belajar Guidebook, MBKM is one of the Ministry of Education and Culture's programs that gives students the right to study for 3 semesters outside of their study program. With this policy, it is hoped that universities will be able to improve the competence of their graduate students, both soft skills and hard skills, so that they are in line with the needs of the times. Besides that, the existence of the COVID-19 pandemic made the implementation of this program or the Campus Merdeka that had been planned had to undergo adjustments. One of them is the Campus Teaching Program or Kampus Mengajar. The Campus Teaching Program is a part of Merdeka's policy has officially issued for the batch 1 on February 9, 2021. This program will be attended by as many as 1,500 university students throughout Indonesia to teach elementary school students in their respective areas. The Teaching Campus program aims to provide solutions for elementary schools affected by the pandemic by empowering university students who live around the school area to assist teachers and school principals implementing learning activities amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, with the presence of university students at school, it is hoped that it can help learning outside the classroom and that is simple and up to date. Okay, based on what the researcher described, and also this program was only implemented early in 2021, it is still a little empirical research has been undertaken to see the experiences of English department students in joining the campus teaching program. Therefore, the researcher is interested to finding out the experiences of English department students who take part in the campus teaching program. Okay, for the research questions, based on the background of the study, the researcher formulated the research questions as following. How is the experiences of English department students while participating in the campus teaching program at the elementary school in Jambi province? So, the main purpose of this research is to find out the experiences of English department students while participating in the campus teaching program at the elementary school in Jambi province. And next is the significance of the research. The result of this study expected can be useful in the education work, particularly for the students, English education study program, and other researchers. For the students, this research expected to be useful for providing an overview about the campus teaching program for English department students, specifically for students who will take part in the next batch. The second, for the English education study program, this research is expected to be useful to find out how far the progress of English department students during the campus teaching program. In addition, this study can be used as reference for the implementation the next campus teaching program. And the last, for other researchers, this study is expected to give information or reference to be developed for further studies. The researcher also hopes that other researchers evaluate, revise, reconstruct, or modify the study and conducted the similar study with the different forms, place, and objectives. Next is the limitation of the research. This research focuses on the experience of English department students during the campus teaching program at elementary school in Jambi province. This research will be conducted on English department students in Jambi University. Next is definition of key terms. Here is the main definition of key terms, that is campus teaching program. According to Kemendikbud in 2021, campus teaching program is an activity that provides opportunities for students to learn and develop themselves through activities outside of the lecture class. In the campus teaching program, students will be placed in one of the primary schools so that they can help the learning process at that school. Now we move to the chapter 2, review of related literature. In this chapter, present an overview of literature review of related studies that divided into 4 points that are: first is Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka or MBKM. The second is Kampus Mengajar or Campus Teaching. The third is the objectives of campus teaching. And the last is student activities during the teaching campus program. In addition, in this research, the researcher also used 2 theories. That is, first is the experiential learning theory or ELT, developed by David A. Kolb in 2015. Experiential learning focuses on the learning process for each individual. According to Kolb in 2015, there are 5 characteristics of experiential learning. First is learning is the best conceived as a process, not in terms of outcomes. The second, learning is a continuous process grounded in experience. The third is learning is a holistic process of adaptation to the world. The fourth, learning involves transaction, the person, and the environment. And the last, learning is the process of creating knowledge. Now you can see on my slide. Kolb's experiential learning style theory is typically represented by 4-stage learning cycle. First is concrete experience or CE. The second, reflective observation or RO. The third, abstract conceptualization or AC. And the last is active experimentation or AE. The second theory is the adult learning theory or andragogy by Knowles in 2005. According to Knowles identified 6 assumptions on adult learners. First is the need to know, the second is the learner's self-concept, the third is the role of the learner's experiences, the fourth is readiness to learn, The fifth is orientation to learning, and the last is motivation. Now we continue to the previous study. There are only a few empirical studies has been conducted regarding the experiences of English department students in joining the campus teaching program. The researcher found three studies that related to this research. The first study was conducted by Fajar Setiawan and Sukamto in 2021 from Muhammadiyah University and PGRI University. They conducted a research entitled Implementasi Kampus Mengajar Perintis or KMP sebagai cikal bakal penggerak pembelajaran literasi dan numerasi di sekolah dasar. The second study entitled Implementasi Merdeka Belajar melalui Kampus Mengajar Perintis di Sekolah Dasar. This research has been done by Aan Widiono, Saidatul Irfana, and Kholida Firdausia from Islam NUJ University in 2021. And the last study was conducted by Devi Ayu Rosita and Rinida Bayanti from Wijaya Kusuma University in 2021. They conducted a research entitled Pelaksanaan Program Kampus Mengajar Perintis pada Sekolah Dasar Terdampak Pandemi COVID-19. Now we move to the chapter 3, the methodology of this research. First is research design. For the research design, this research employed a qualitative method with phenology approach. The reason the researcher used this approach because the study with a phenological approach attempt to explain the meaning of a number of people's life experiences about a concept or phenomenon, including their own self-concept or view of life. This type of approach is very suitable to explore the English department students' experiences during joining the campus teaching program at the elementary school in Jambi province. For the research side, the site of this research was at one of the public universities in Jambi province, namely Jambi University. And the participants of this research are the 12 of English department students in the Jambi University who take part in campus teaching program. Now we move to the trustworthiness. To ensure the quality of this research, the researcher established credibility to gain trustworthiness of the data. In achieving credibility, the researcher will use member checking and supervisor's evaluation. In conducting the member checking, the researcher will record the interview to collect the data and transcribe it. Then the researcher will contact the participant again and given back the result of the transcription of the interviews to the participants. The researcher will provide the opportunity for the participant to give feedback about the data where there may be the data added or reduced. After that, the data will be revised based on the feedbacks, and the researcher's paper will be given to the supervisors in order to get some evaluation so that the data is more authentic and proofs. Next is techniques and instrument of that data collection. In this study, the researcher will collect the data individually and directly through interviews and documentation. To obtain the data, the researcher will use two techniques and instruments as follows. First is interview. The type of the interview is semi-structured interviews. The interview is expectedly will be done via online. The researcher will contact participants directly by calling or message or using voice note via WhatsApp. The length of each interview is around 40 or 45 minutes for each interview. And the second is documentation. In this research, some documents may be needed, such as transcriptions of the interview, photos, and logbook of English department students who take part in the campus teaching program. And last is data analysis. To analyze the data, the researcher using thematic analysis from Brown and Clark in 2006. According to Brown and Clark in 2006, there are 6 phases in analyzing the data. First is familiarizing the data, the second is coding, the third is searching for themes, and the fourth is reviewing potential themes, and the fifth is define and naming themes, and the last is producing the report. Okay, I think that's enough from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.